to start recording.
Yes. Do you want to start recording? I hit record. Obviously, I want to record. Hey, it's the Fantasy Football Avengers, and we are back for episode 8. Eventually, I am going to lose count of this, so do not get mad at me when I do. But this is the fun time of my day where I get to sit around and talk to my friends about fantasy football while I watch Florida State get their ass kicked by SMU. We're going to go over the Thursday night game. We're going to talk about our starts and sits. We're going to see who are we holding out hope for. Garfield has a good kicker this week. Then we're going to call our shot. We'll give you a couple of sleeper plays. And then, we're going to get you ready for the games tomorrow to hopefully win your weeks and then en route to winning your league. So without further ado, let's get to that intro.
You're now about to witness the strength of fantasy football knowledge.
Welcome to the Fantasy Football Avengers podcast, starring Kyle Shanahan's Boulevard, GQ, and GI16. And now, here's the boys.
GI16. GI16 is on assignment today. He's in New York, leading the Free Diddy rally.
I got the baby oil.
And we got my man GQ. He's holding a baby oil vigil for Diddy. We got my man Boulevard in the building. And we ready to talk about some football with you guys. So first thing on the docket, Thursday night reactions. I'm gonna go first. Since I actually had the displeasure of watching this game from start to finish.
Bad boy.
It was a kicker fest. That's right.
That's right.
It was a kicker fest. About 7 field goals in this game. Dak did decent. CD had a 55-yard TD it was definitely broken coverage. That was definitely broken coverage. Because the way CD was running after he caught the ball, he was expecting to get caught. But I don't know what the Giants defenders were on or what they were thinking. But yeah, CD had a really nice game this game. He's been a little up, little down this season. If you drafted CD Lamb, this is kind of not the start for his season that you wanted. But
Number one receiver off the board.
Yeah, but you can't be mad at Thursday night's game. He gave you some points. Let's see. Malik
Probably
Neighbors.
the game of the season.
Malik Neighbors. Target hog. He got 15 targets, 12 catches. Even if he didn't score a touchdown, but in PPR leagues, he still gave you 20-something points. So, like, you can't be mad at what he gave you.
He played like a number one.
Yeah, definitely played like a number one. We've been telling you guys for weeks to roster Wan'Dale Robinson. We've been telling y'all. Wan'Dale had 14. He had 14 targets in this game. How many catches did he have, Boulevard?
11. Like the little ball girl.
Yeah. So, and he had like 71 yards. In PPR leagues, that is a good stat. He got you about
14 targets,
points.
mind you. He had 14 targets.
14 targets. What do we always say? Follow the targets. Follow the targets. So, yeah, Wan'Dale Robinson can be rostered, and he should be rostered in all PPR leagues.
Yeah.
Devin
probably go draft that get that kicker from New York too.
Yeah, because especially when they're playing home games, because for some odd reason, Daniel Jones cannot throw a TD pass at home. They said he hasn't done it in damn near 2 years. That is a long time.
How is that even possible?
That is a long time to go without throwing a TD pass. Could you imagine going to a home game and your quarterback hasn't thrown a TD pass at home in almost?
So you just know you're gonna lose before you even get in the stadium,
right?
Like
you
you're
know
on a highway going to a game. You already know they lost.
Yeah, you already know your kicker is about to put in work this game. He is about to put in work.
Giants fans.
Cowboys won by 5. Wasn't really much to take away from this game. Devin Singletary had a disappointing game. I expected Devin Singletary to run all over Dallas's defense, but he didn't. For some odd reason, the Giants could not take advantage of one of the worst run defenses in the league with a really good Devin Singletary.
I really propped them up on Live from the Bench last episode. I really propped the Giants up, especially Singletary. And he just let me down.
I mean,
let me down in front of everybody.
They had a chance. They just, I mean, the game was close. The game was close from start to finish. It was close. So
here we go.
It was no reason to get away from the run. No reason at all to get away from the run.
Well, I mean, it doesn't look like it was very effective, but
even if it's not effective, the game is close. Don't get away from it. Don't make yourself predictable on offense.
Game,
Like don't make yourself predictable on offense.
Facts.
Just your toesies.
Looks like the Cowboys got injuries to 2 of their star linebackers.
Yes, awesome.
Yeah, so
give him a little cheer, yeah.
So the Cowboys was probably one of the top 3 defenses that went off the board in fantasy football. So they're pretty much useless at this point until they get back full strength.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that either. Go Birds.
And I'm not mad at it either for when we got to play them, when the 49ers got to play them, you know. But for fantasy purposes, if you drafted the Cowboys defense, you should probably be looking elsewhere. Hey, go look at Minnesota's defense. They got like the top defense in fantasy football right now.
Oh, no. I mean, realistically, the fact that the Cowboys defense didn't do terrible. They only allowed field goals. And they shut down the run. And Daniel Jones had a Daniel Jones game.
They didn't do terrible in this game, but losing 2 of their linebackers for who knows how long going forward, I don't expect them to be like they're already porous against the run. So I expect teams to really double down on the run against them now.
Y'all hear that? People who got Saquon Barkley? Maybe even Brian Robinson?
Yeah. Or even Jaden Daniels for that matter.
True.
Hurts for that matter.
All right, that benefits the whole NFC East. If you got a backfield player, you might want to look into playing them more.
By the way,
the Cowboys are running by some R words.
I'm representing the Flint Tropics today.
There's like 7 R words.
Yeah.
You can't say none of them.
But you can't say the 3 I's.
Intelligence.
Integrity. And what's the other one? It's 3 of us. It's 3 of us.
I never remember
all of us should know at least one of the I's. Because we don't want Kurt Angle running up on us, okay? So all of us should know at least one of the
I am not trying to be suplexed.
Intelligence, integrity.
3 I's, Kurt Angle.
Integrity, intelligence.
Intensity. Fuck.
What is it, 3 I?
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck. That's what we should start saying.
Kurt Angle was one of my favorites. I ain't even gonna lie.
Hell yeah.
He was one of my favorites. Like the guy could go in the ring and he was really entertaining. Yeah. Really entertaining in his segments. Good guy or bad guy. Yeah. Very entertaining in his segments. He could go in the ring. Like if somebody says to me, Kurt Angle probably one of the GOATs. I'm not mad at that take.
No.
I'm not mad at that take.
He's up there.
Yeah. Can we say that Kurt Angle was better than Bret Hart?
Yes.
I like Kurt Angle more than I like Bret Hart.
GQ says yes.
Love Bret Hart. And like Kurt Angle ain't walking around telling everybody or anybody who would listen that Goldberg didn't ruin my career. I'm tired of you, Bret Hart. Shut up.
Bruh, anytime they put a microphone and a camera in Bret Hart's face, he's going to tell you about the former Atlanta Falcon, Bill Goldberg, being a trash. Goldberg has been trying to apologize for over 20 years, and Bret Hart does not want to hear that.
He's not listening. Yeah, he's just still bitching about it.
Yes, he's not doubling down. He's not tripling down. He's quadrupling down on his hate for Bill Goldberg.
That nigga just damn.
He's just mad.
Bad.
I'm not sure if he said anything about Goldberg in the Vince McMahon documentary. I might have to go back and rewatch it. But I'm pretty sure
he go watch that actually.
I'm pretty sure he threw some type of shade at Goldberg in there.
I wanted to do a Ninjas at the Movies, but I figured like just a mention of that documentary on Ninjas at the Movies, we might get a copyright claim.
Yeah, we'd have to do that behind a paywall, and it's 6 episodes of that. So, yeah, it's not really it's a series. It's not really a documentary. Like each episode is like an hour long, so it's like a 6-hour long. If it is a documentary, it's a 6-hour long documentary.
I'll start watching that Monday.
I watched episodes 1 through 5. It's pretty interesting. I learned something that I did not know, and I know a lot about wrestling. I learned something that I did not know. Originally, Vince he wanted Dusty Rhodes for the spot that he put Hulk Hogan in. Could you imagine how the scope of wrestling would have changed if Dusty was the guy and not Hogan?
That would have been so much better.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe it's just hindsight. Maybe it's me looking backwards, but
everybody hates Hulk Hogan now, but back in the day, everybody was a Hulkamaniac.
I don't think everybody knew who Hulk Hogan was back then.
They didn't.
If you had that information,
because the world was a simpler place at the time. There was no internet, no nothing, no dirt sheets, none of that. None of that.
Alive.
Yes, people kept kayfabe alive.
Boy, do I miss kayfabe.
I miss it so much. Everything was so much better when there was no internet.
Trying to keep kayfabe alive.
Like that, when there was no internet, like life was much simpler and better. And entertainment was better because first, we didn't have no dirt sheets. We didn't have nobody to spoil shit for us. And we didn't have to hear a bunch of different voices trying to tell us what to think about certain entertainment. We pretty much picked and choose what we like based off of what we like. So, yeah.
All right. We should probably
let's get into these sharts and shits.
Yeah.
Today's FFA sharts and shits.
I need you to grow up. That's what I need you to do.
No.
I need you to grow up. You blatant N-word. I need you to grow up.
Starts and sits of the week.
he get to be in New York having a
My
good
first
time.
sit. My first sit is my team's starting center. He's got to go.
Yeah. Make that happen, general manager.
Yeah, he's got to go.
Yeah.
On your team, on the team that you are the general manager of?
Yeah. Bro.
You need to fire the coach and let me be the coach.
You gotta hear what happened with this shit with this man's game. It didn't go so
please tell us. Please tell us. Before we get into the starts and sits, please tell us.
They started blitzing the center, just blitzing him because he just wasn't blocking anything. Every snap he made was a bad snap.
Oh, so he finally showed up this week. He showed up. He showed up this week, but didn't show up on the field.
Right. And I was just fire this guy. I'm like, why is he? I literally was like, all right, let me move up the field and get a better angle. And I watched him as people ran right past him unblocked. And I'm just like, and this is the dude that keep coming to me every day talking about I need film so I can send it to the CFL. I'm like, no, I'm not putting your name in nothing. Like, they're not coming to you.
He needs film?
Yeah, he want me to send. Because everybody getting a film package. I'm not putting nothing.
I'm gonna tell you.
Give him a film package. Let him send that shit out.
No. I got you. I got a perfect film package for you. I'm gonna send you a video of an open door, and that's what you put in his film package.
Basically.
And then he screwed. See, we got this kicker. He got a leg, and the snaps were bad. The kicker had to jump on top of a fumble because the snap was so bad.
I hope he didn't get hurt.
Right.
I don't think he did, but luckily.
So what you're saying is you need a new center.
I would say I need a new center, but we in our last game. We just got knocked out the playoffs, so it don't even matter.
Has he been coming to practice?
He comes to practice every day. He's always an hour early.
Is he taking snaps?
Yes.
So what is the issue?
He hard-headed.
Okay, I get it. I get it.
Nobody can tell this man nothing.
I get it.
Boy.
The worst kind, because he feels like he's going to be getting paid to be a professional football player, so you can't tell him the worst kind.
Yeah,
the worst kind. I remember I had, when I was directing a stage play, we had an actor. We had two actors there. Both of them had cameos in The Wire. I don't know if they had any lines, but they had cameos in The Wire, and these motherfuckers really felt like because they had screen time on The Wire, can't nobody tell them nothing. Like, dude, you weren't extra. You weren't extra. You got paid $50 that day. You weren't extra. Stop acting like you're a star, because you're not. Nobody in this crowd can pick you out from anybody that was in The Wire. You had like maybe 3 seconds of camera time. Relax.
Mm-hmm.
Relax.
Not even one of the good cameos of all time.
Not even one of the good cameos. You ain't even
remember you.
You ain't even die. Like, what is you? What is your problem?
Right.
I will die on camera. Absolutely. No questions asked. You ain't got paid.
Right. I mean, yeah, absolutely. You can definitely put me in a movie to die. Like horror movie, especially. I can be the first black dude to die. That's all right with me.
Right. Because at least I was memorable.
Right. I get the or some shit.
Let's get it.
Boulevard,
who's your shots and shits?
Boulevard will come out. You all right? And get stabbed. What's the first game on the docket?
First game is New Orleans versus the ATL, shawty.
Are we trusting Rashid this week?
Huh?
Are we trusting Rashid Shaheed this week?
Always.
Yeah. I'm still riding with him. But, I mean, I'm thinking the shape is probably out there now on how to slow him down. But for at least another week, if he gets shut down.
You got to go. You got to go with him because Carr's going to keep looking for him.
Yeah. You got
follow the targets. Follow the targets. If you watched the game last week, Shaheed dropped 2 touchdown passes in the end zone. Carr was definitely looking for him. So yeah, definitely start him with no hesitation. Start start Olave. Start. Are we starting Carr?
I'd probably still start Carr.
If you got him, start him.
Yeah.
In a 1 QB league, I'll be starting Carr.
Yeah.
If you got him,
if he's your first quarterback, yeah.
Okay.
You got a better matchup, like your quarterback's playing like in Denver or something, then you go with that guy.
What if your 2 quarterbacks are Derek Carr and Kirk Cousins? Who are you starting?
Derek Carr.
So you're not starting uncles?
Nope.
No uncles? Okay.
I refuse to start a quarterback that I think gonna get hurt.
Let me see. Whatever. I can't even find it. Oh, Minnesota at Green Bay. No, I'll take the other one. I'm not taking Cousins in that.
Are we starting Mooney this week?
Nope.
We're not starting Mooney this week?
Mooney. Yeah, I'd still want Mooney out there this week.
I think Mooney is actually taking the number one job away from Drake London.
He hasn't, but it's closer than people realize. Like London's still getting the most, but
one is doing the most.
Started off, Ray was getting it more than, but his production's starting to slide.
Yeah,
and that's going to dude.
Mooney is starting to ramp. Mooney is starting to ramp up. Like he's doing a lot with his targets.
Yeah.
And I'm happy. I'm happy for Mooney because he's finally got a quarterback that can actually do something with him. Because he has been in limbo with the Bears. He's been in limbo with the Bears. Coaching sucked. The quarterbacking sucked. And the line sucked. It was really nothing Mooney could do. Really nothing Mooney could do. Are we starting Kyle Shits this week?
Yep.
You're starting Kyle Pitts. Explain. Explain why you're starting Kyle Pitts.
Because my fantasy team looks awful, and he'd probably give me more production than what I already had. Shit.
The one thing I don't like watching Kyle Pitts in the Philly game. Watching Kyle Pitts in the Philly game, he really gave no effort in a winning cause. He would catch the pass. He would catch a pass and would be able to, if he fought, could get a first down. But he has no fight in him. He's too big, too strong, too fast to not have fight in him. Which is the reason why I'm not a Kyle Pitts fan. Not a Kyle Pitts fan. He does. In winning efforts. I can understand checking out and losing efforts, even though I don't like to see that in none of my players anyway.
Yeah.
But when your team is still in the game and there's a win within the grasp, why are you checking out of plays? That's when you should be going your hardest. So yeah, no, I'm not ever drafting Kyle Pitts, and and if I happen to have Kyle Pitts on my team, I ain't playing him. I'm trading Kyle Pitts to somebody who believe in him.
I picked him up in too many teams, and I'm just looking at him like at some point he's got to give me something. Or he might be on a trade block soon.
I remember I wanted to trade for Kyle Pitts because I wanted to draft Kyle Pitts the year he came out in the Dynasty League, and my boy Kennard was like, "Nah, he could probably be the next Kelsey." Yeah, I'm good on that. He's not going to be the next Kelsey. I am good on that.
Kyle Pitts is just a disappointment to everyone. I guess.
Yeah.
Even like your mama.
I thought that he could possibly be like the next Vernon Davis, but no, he's not. He's not. He relies on his athleticism too much, and when that's not working, it just seems like he's uninterested.
Either defense worth starting?
You said what? Either defense what?
Worth starting.
In this game?
Yeah.
You gotta always start. You gotta always start the Saints defense because the Saints defense is so underrated for fantasy football. Like, they're not gonna go off like that, like they did against the Panthers. It's not gonna be like that every week, or like how Buffalo's defense are winning you weeks. The Saints defense are not gonna really win you weeks, but they're not gonna lose you weeks either. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're right in the middle of the pack. Like, if the average defense is scoring 15 points, the Saints are going to be hovering right around there. Like, they have a really good defense. Atlanta's defense, it's coming into form. Jesse Bates is always a good play.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in leagues, we need to start talking about defensive players too.
Also, I don't know. Yeah, I haven't played one of those in a long time.
Yeah, I'm in quite a few leagues that would like to start defensive players. I normally, unless they say you have to start a defensive back, I stay away from the defensive backs. I'm looking at linebackers. I want people that's going to get tackles. I don't like to rely on interceptions because that's a happenstance. I want something substantial. I want to know that you're going to get 12, 13 tackles a week.
Right.
That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at stuff like that. If interceptions come, they come. But I'm looking at players that can get tackles. So I normally look for safeties if we're starting defensive backs. And Jesse Bates, like I say, he's a good play because he gets a lot of tackles.
Right.
So
All right.
next game
is LA at Chicago.
Rams or Chargers? Rams.
Wait. To double check with this damn logo they use.
Stafford.
Rams, yeah. Rams.
Kyron, you're starting Kyron?
I'm starting Kyron, yes.
Yeah, you gotta start Kyron. Over in Chicago, I'm probably starting Roshan.
Mm-hmm.
If I have to, if I have no other choice, I got to start Roshan.
I kind of put him as a sleeper or a waiver wire on mine.
Yeah, because Swift, I don't know. I saw a video on Swift today that
Swift ass.
Yeah, his running back vision is so trash. Like, dude, I haven't seen a running back vision that trash since my man. Who was he? The coach drafted him, that traded him to Cleveland.
He just plays off the Bears. He did the same thing Bryce Huff did to the Eagles to the Bears.
Hold up, who was my man to the Browns? They drafted him. Then the very next year they traded. No, the Browns drafted him. And then they traded him the next year to the Colts. And because he had his fucking QB, his fucking running back vision was terrible. He tried to make a comeback with the Raiders, and there was video on that showing his Trent Richardson. That's his name.
Damn, I forgot he existed.
His vision was dumb stupid. He ain't had
terrible. The hole be wide open, and he say, "Nah, I'm gonna run over here where everybody at.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run over here. Where the defensive line is."
Like, ooh, there's a hole.
You playing the wrong game.
Like, what are you playing, rugby? Like, you're not playing football, and that's what Swift is doing. Swift is doing that. Like, I'm really upset. I'm really upset that Swift is I have Swift on 2 of my teams. I'm really upset that I have him, and I can't move him. So I'm stuck with him.
What, Jamal Williams?
Jamal Williams was actually good though. When Jamal was given the run, he was actually decent with it. It's just that Jamal keeps ending up on teams that have running back ones over top of him, so he's not going anywhere where he can get some run. But I tell you what, if there was ever an injury, and I'm praying to God that it's not, there's ever an injury to Alvin Kamara, I'll pick up Williams.
I got him now.
I'll definitely pick up Williams, even though he's a cornball. I'll pick him up.
What makes him a cornball?
A video I seen of him coming into training camp. He walks into the video and starts singing the Joe Hendry theme song. And I'm like, this is so corny. That was him. This is so corny.
Yeah. That guy. See, I can't go through an episode without somebody mentioning Joe Henry. Like a curse. I don't like to do it. I just don't like to do it. Y'all turning him into Caitlin Clark to me.
Hey, Boulevard, I'm with you. I'm with you. I don't.
He just starting to sound like Caitlin Clark, America's sweetheart over there.
I don't see what everybody sees in Joe Hendry. I don't see it. Joe Hendry he's one of those guys that if he was in the Attitude Era, he will probably be getting beat up every week.
Alex Wright.
Yes. He would probably be in the ring getting on people's nerves, and the APA would come out and just demo on him every week. What's the next game on the docket?
Minnesota versus Green Bay. Before it gets too cold, I guess.
Okay, so are we starting to believe in Sam Darnold?
Nope.
We're still not believing in Sam Darnold?
I'm still on the fence. I may be on the fence all season.
Darnold got to win a playoff game before he gets some love over here.
Basically.
Just like Andy Dalton.
You have to lead your team
Just
to the
like
playoffs.
Andy Dalton. I'm not believing in him either.
You gotta. But see, I can believe in Andy Dalton because Andy Dalton has actually led teams to the playoffs. He's actually done that. He's just never won a playoff game. But Andy Dalton has had some productive seasons as a quarterback, even though he's old now. But he still has some productive seasons as a quarterback. I can still get behind starting Andy Dalton the same way I got behind starting Flacco last year.
But that's different now.
Right team, right time. The numbers look good. And we said last week, hey, with Andy Dalton in the mix, that offense could go up. We said that, and it did.
Yeah, I mean, it had nowhere else to go. But
I said he had nowhere else to go.
It really did. They couldn't get worse with Andy Dalton in there. He's an experienced veteran.
Yeah, it couldn't have got worse.
He knows his way around commanding the huddle and making the right plays.
But I tell you this though,
they said Bryce Young got speech impediment.
I tell you this though, it shows that any excuse for Bryce Young, all the excuses ran out the door when Andy Dalton showed up and did what he did.
Mm-hmm.
I told y'all.
Yeah, Bryce Young, the UFL is calling you, my boy.
No, they're not.
GQ's been very aggressive in his hate of Bryce Young.
I guess people thought that Bryce Young had a little Kyler Murray in him. He's not Kyler Murray.
He actually made me appreciate Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Like, that's how terrible.
Until October 25th.
Yeah. Call of Duty drop.
Right. Kyler Murray, people love to call Kyler Murray trash. That's cool. But Kyler Murray's great for fantasy football.
Kyler Murray is a trash person.
He's great for fantasy football. Great for fantasy football. I will take Kyler Murray every year in fantasy football. As long as he has a weapon, I'll take him every year.
Oh, he has a weapon now.
Got a couple of them. Got a couple of them now. So yeah, I'll take Kyler Murray because he can suck it. He can suck in real football all he want. I don't care. Suck all you want because you're in my division. You're in my division. Be trash every week for real football. Just as long as you giving me for no Diddy. As long as you giving me points in fantasy football, I'll take it. I'll take it. Suck all you want. That is wild. That is wild.
You're killing me.
That is wild.
All right. So how about the Green Bay receivers? Who we looking at? Jefferson's an obvious.
They say that Jordan Love might actually play.
Yeah, I heard that.
I don't believe it, but hey, I would not put that man. They're winning, so I would not put that man on the field.
No rush.
There's no rush to put him on the field. You're still winning. Malik Willis is playing just fine. It's no reason to rush Jordan Love out there. Right. It's no reason. Your defense is playing fire. Your backup quarterback is playing how you want your backup quarterback to play. Man, let that man rest another week.
Right.
When is Green Bay's bye week?
Ooh, that'd be something I gotta look for.
I'm guessing they trying to get their money's worth. They trying to get their money's worth out that man. They just paid him, so they trying to get their money's worth. But you don't want to put him on the field, and he gets hurt again.
True.
Because that would suck. That would suck. But at least you know you have a really good backup quarterback now that can play with that team.
I honestly can't tell what our bye week is. That's the damnedest thing with the schedule. I can't tell.
Let me see, because I
don't see any gaps big enough, mate.
I got some parts of they
maybe week
offense.
6. Birds. Oh, there it is. 11-10. So whatever week that is.
Week 10. Week 10. So, well, you can go a couple more weeks and play and wait till you play the Rams or play Arizona.
Yeah, Vikings, Rams, Cardinals. Need them back for Houston.
I wouldn't rush him out there against the Vikings.
Absolutely not.
That defense is playing on fire right now, and they're sacking the hell out of quarterbacks. I wouldn't rush him out there against the Vikings.
Ride the hot hand.
Yeah, ride the hot hand. Ride the hot hand. That's GQ's homeboy, Malik.
Yep.
I'd start Malik. I wouldn't start Jordan Love this week. I mean, what are we doing with Jordan Addison this week? We're starting him?
Yeah.
I think I actually am starting him on ESPN.
Okay. All right. Of course, you're gonna start Justin Jefferson every week.
Yeah. So that's my question: Is Justin Jefferson starting? If Justin Jefferson is playing, always start Addison, because if you run the offense the right way, they're gonna double Justin. So Addison gonna get his opportunity.
I mean, Addison gonna get his regardless, whether Justin Jefferson is there or not. If he's on the field, if Addison is on the field and healthy, and Darnold can get the ball to him, he's gonna get his. Addison is nice. He's nice. Mm-hmm. I've seen him last year produce without Justin Jefferson on the field and without Kirk Cousins being his quarterback. So he's going to produce. He was out there producing.
Moderation for y'all from one of the fans sent in this question: Darnell Mooney versus New Orleans or Jordan Addison versus Green Bay? Who do they say?
That's a good one. I'm going to say Mooney. I'm going to say Mooney, and I'm only going to say Mooney because Mooney has been showing up. This is Addison's first game back from injury. So I'm more inclined to want to play Mooney, who has been doing the most with his targets, versus somebody who is on their first game back. Because players playing their first games back this year have not looked that great. First game back from injury, they have not looked that great. So I'm more inclined to start Mooney.
Okay. How about you, GQ? What do you think?
I'm going Edison simply because Edison has the decoys around him. Well, not necessarily a decoy, but people around him that's going to get theirs. And you're going to have no choice but to have to pick it up. This one or this one. In Atlanta, I'm not afraid of nobody on their defense besides Bijan. So, I mean, Darryl Mooney, he really got to work to get his because somebody has to fucking work on Atlanta, and you don't know who it's going to be. But in Minnesota, you know Edison's going to have his open opportunities.
All right.
And I don't trust no former Bear anyway.
You don't trust who?
No former Bear.
Right, they all come with the stink on them. Thanks, Jay Cutler.
Some former Bears I trust. Some former Bears. They normally defensive
defenders, linebackers.
Yeah, they normally Khalil Mack. I'll trust Khalil Mack. I'll trust Khalil Mack all day.
Yeah, but he's definitely the exception. He was only there for the money anyway.
Khalil Wash Mack.
I'll trust Roquan Smith too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I said, linebackers, yeah, you can trust the defenders. You can barely trust the receivers or anybody offensive because they all offensive.
I think I would trust DJ Moore if he left the Bears.
Yeah, I would trust him.
We thought coming from Carolina was supposed to improve his career, though. Like
it did last year. Like
1 year,
last year. Last year when he played with Fields and Fields was targeting him all game, he was cooking. He was cooking. All right.
I know we're going game to game, but I need to get this question from y'all. Let's say for happenstance. That's the first time I ever used that word. They picked up Joe Alt instead of Caleb Williams or some shit like that. And they kept Justin Fields. Would they still be would they be a better team?
No.
Considering the way Justin Fields is playing now?
No.
I don't think so. Justin Fields is not really playing that good. He's still not playing that. He's still not playing that good.
I don't think Chicago offense knew how to work with him.
They're scaling him back. They're almost playing him like he's a rookie. And they're winning games off of defense and conservative play calling. So I'm not a fan of Justin Fields. I'm not a fan of Justin Fields. Like, I don't think Justin Fields is an answer to a team that's trying to really win something.
I think this is the best opportunity for Fields to come out. I feel like Chicago was not a good spot for him. And the reason being, I feel like Chicago's not a good spot for any rookie because they may have added all the weapons for Caleb Williams to thrive, but I don't think the coaches are prepared to develop him or anybody for that matter. So
I got a better question for you.
Either quarterback is going to have the issues. I just think that right off the bat, Caleb is a better quarterback than Justin Fields is because Fields is more of a runner than Caleb is. However, I feel like both guys are going to deal with the same bullshit because the coaches ain't no good. I don't feel like Justin Fields was ever the problem in Chicago. I always felt it was the coaches. Matt Nagy didn't know what to do with Fields. Eberflus
It does
didn't know
seem like they don't develop as well.
They don't know
It's
what
not
they're
as
doing.
much a priority to develop them.
There's a reason that they never had a quarterback that threw for 4,000 yards in history. There's a reason. They don't know how they're doing.
Here's a better question. What if the Bears would have took Jaden Daniels instead of Caleb Williams?
Same thing.
I feel like they'd probably be 2-1 right now, or 3-0, 2-1, 3-0. I think Jaden
Daniels is
way better. I think he's way better than
Mm-hmm.
Caleb Williams. Way better. Because he's getting more out of his offense, and his offense ain't nowhere near as stacked as Caleb's offense.
Mm-hmm.
So
I agree.
And I feel like his escapability, like Jaden Daniels is a problem because he's fast and he can actually throw the ball accurately. That's a problem. That is a problem.
I don't disagree.
The prototype for what they want nowadays.
Yeah. And they said the pass that he threw, that 50-yarder to McLaurin, that was a laser on Monday night. And they said that he never did that in college. So the fact that you wait till you get to the pros to show you can do stuff like that, crazy.
That shit dropped perfectly.
I'm really upset. The Skins don't deserve this. They don't deserve good quarterbacks.
Excuse me. Damn. All right.
What's the next game on the docket?
Denver at Jets.
I can't see. We did this last week to Denver. We laughed because they had to play Tampa Bay, and we said, start all your Tampa Bay players, and then Denver went out there and just beat the shit out of Tampa Bay. Like, that's how this NFL season has been going. It's been deception. Teams that we thought that were, going to be trash have been scrappy as hell and been winning. So, as much as I want to say, oh, the Jets got this, I can't say that.
It's the Jets, but
it's the Jets.
Denver. I mean, they did do something last week that shocked everybody, but
Denver has one of the best defensive lines in the National Football League, and people really.
I'm not shorting or shitting either. None of them.
I'm not starting anybody in Denver this week. I'm not starting anybody in Denver, but Denver could win this game.
Yeah,
Denver could win this game, but I'm not starting anybody in Denver. I will start Rodgers. I'll start Rodgers. Of course, you're starting Hall. You're starting Breece Hall.
Mm-hmm. Braylon Allen only got one fewer carry last week.
Yeah.
We put that out there.
You're starting Garrett Wilson and praying for the best. Are we starting Conklin?
Versus Denver. How's Denver's linebackers? Not great. If they're not great, then yeah.
Like if you need a tight end.
Right, that sounds like an emergency tight end there.
Yeah. He did good. He did good last week against the Patriots, so we'll see.
We're just about coming up to bye week soon. So
yeah.
At the linebacker position, Denver is missing both of their two starters.
Well, there you go. You're starting Tyler Conklin.
Yeah. Even though Rodgers is not consistently good with the tight ends, he's not consistently looking at the tight end. He loves the outside stuff. So he's not really looking at the tight ends as much as people like to believe he is. Like Rodgers has never historically, if you look into it historically, he does not carry top 5 top 10 tight ends historically. So take from it what you want.
My brain keeps saying Finley was all right, but
yeah, Finley was okay.
Well, I don't know if Finley would have been that high up, but 5 touchdowns or so a year.
Yeah.
Wilson's a definite.
Are we starting Mike Williams this week? Is this the week?
Yeah, I mean, Denver's deep. I don't know about their secondary outside of Surtain, and Surtain is not going to be guarding him. So, yeah.
What about Lazard? What about Lazard? Is he gonna is he going to get some red zone looks this week?
You mean Aaron Rodgers' favorite target? Absolutely.
Yeah.
The man here came to New York for that purpose. Absolutely.
Alan Lazard is so mid for fantasy football. He is so mid, but Rodgers loves this guy.
Right.
What about Denver? Are we starting anybody on Denver?
No.
I may start Bo Nix if I have no other choice.
Damn.
Damn.
Like if you're in a deep 2-team league and you got Bo Nix and you got no other choice, I'd
throw in the towel. If that's your only option, throw in the towel. Sure.
I can't believe I read a scouting report on Bo Nix and they tried to compare him to Drew Brees. And I laugh every time I read that.
What?
Yes. They compared him to Drew Brees.
Excellent.
What's the next game on the docket?
Philly at Tampa Bay. Philly is a 1-point favorite.
What's the over-under on this game?
42.5.
I'm going over.
I'm taking the under.
Of course, you're going to be the Undertaker.
I don't see any points being scored in this game.
You don't see any score points. Somebody's got to score points. You guys still got Saquon. Somebody's got to score points.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to score points. It's gonna. I feel like it's gonna be not really a shootout. I'm not gonna say a shootout, but I feel like it's gonna be a pretty good game. It's gonna be definitely better than that Saints game last week.
It's gonna be a running game. Saquon gonna show up again.
Is AJ Brown? Is he playing?
Nope.
Have they ruled him out yet?
Yeah.
They ruled him out.
Yep.
Okay. So I gotta go.
Out. They're all out. All of them. They're all out.
Covey's not out.
Covey's injured reserve.
Oh, he's on the injured reserve? Oh, my God.
Yeah. They're all out. They brought up John Ross and Paris Campbell from the fucking practice squad.
I thought John Ross retired. Or I thought y'all got rid of him. Y'all cut him or something.
Yeah, I guess they re-signed him to the practice squad. Nobody wanted him.
Could you imagine running a 4.25 in the NFL in the combine and nobody wants you?
That shit don't mean you can do anything. Fast don't matter as much as people think it do.
It really don't. Fast
there
really
would be
don't
so
matter.
many slow receivers in the Hall of Fame if it did.
Right.
Your
straight line speed don't really mean nothing if you can't run routes.
I can testify to that.
if you can't
could not cut.
if you can't cut and run routes and get separation that way, like man, teams can definitely scheme for 4-2 nigga. They can definitely scheme. Put one over the top and that's it. But damn, I'm trying to think. Y'all got Saquon. John Ross may play. Hold up. Paris Campbell. Campbell.
He's playing too.
Yeah, Paris Campbell might be able to do something.
It's Saquon and Goddard. It's Saquon and Goddard.
Saquon Goddard. No, hey, I wouldn't sleep on Paris Campbell. I would not sleep. Paris Campbell, he thrived. He thrived in Indy with no quarterback. With no quarterback. This is probably the best quarterback he's ever played with. Hurts.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So I wouldn't sleep. On Paris Campbell. If he starts, I wouldn't sleep on him this game. He's still pretty fast. I wouldn't sleep on him. He can still run routes. I wouldn't sleep on him. I'm not sure I'm starting him because I need to see what he looks like. I need to see. Are we starting Hurts? Even through all this, are we starting Hurts?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, his rushing numbers are down, but yeah, he's still producing.
Okay.
You probably don't have a better option than Hurts if you have him.
Of course, we're starting Mike Evans. Of course, we're starting Godwin. Bruh, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in Rachaad White and all what's going on with Rachaad White. Because I drafted him in so many leagues, expecting him to be Kamara Jr. like he was last year. And it's pissing me off that this Bucky Irvin guy go somewhere, Bucky Irvin. Get off of the Buccaneers. I see what it is. Because your name Bucky, you play for the Buccaneers. They want you to be the guy. I see what it is. I see the play. I'm watching it unfold. This is trash. This is trash.
Maybe you're on to something there.
Hey, I don't do conspiracy theories a lot, but when I do, people need to listen. Rachaad White is getting unjustly handled because his name ain't Bucky White. Are we starting Baker Mayfield?
For Vikings Panthers? I'm sorry, I've just picked up on this. The cheapest tickets for Vikings Panthers is $231.
How much?
$231.
I ain't paying that.
That's the cheapest ticket. Why in the hell?
Well, I ain't paying that. I ain't paying that to see the Vikings.
No.
Not a Viking fan.
No.
Are we starting Baker Mayfield this week?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we're not convinced that Eagles defense was a fluke or not last week. And I say that as an Eagles fan, I'm not convinced that wasn't a fluke.
So you're not sold on Fangio yet?
I'm not sold on no. It's like how are you running that defense, but you're not blitzing? You're not getting enough pass rush. Thank God Carter showed up. I mean, Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis showed up. Otherwise, no, there's been really barely a pass rush.
I'm going to tell you like this. Don't expect no blitzing. Don't expect blitzing.
Absolutely, I know.
Fangio's defense does not blitz. No. That's something I lived through as a 49er fan. He put top 5 defenses on the field for us, but we never blitzed. He was always trying to get home. He always felt like he could get home with the Smith boys, Alden and Justin. And
he had those. He doesn't have any of that now. He has Davis and Carter. And they finally showed up in full force last week. I mean, I know they've shown glimpses, but they finally showed up last week. And we need that all season. It's really the only option they have.
Yeah.
That line benefits that secondary, and that secondary needs the line to be successful because the secondary isn't that strong yet. They have pieces, but they're not that strong yet. So,
okay.
And we all know those linebackers, they're Eagles linebackers, so they're going to be hit or miss outside of Zach Bond. Well, yeah, I definitely start Mayfield. I almost said Sam Bradford. Golly.
Oh.
Wow.
That's what we doing to Baker Mayfield, calling him Sam Bradford?
Ooh. No, I wouldn't do that to that man. Not this season. Not
that's
this
disrespectful.
Season. He's doing okay.
And you know what's crazy? Sam Bradford was actually a really good quarterback when he was healthy. When he was on the field and healthy, he was a decent quarterback. It's just that he was never healthy.
I think he was pulling a Ben Simmons out there. That's what I think. Honestly, he just ain't want to be on the field. He just wanted to get paid.
It's probably that's probably.
Yeah.
What's the next game on the docket?
Pittsburgh at Indy.
Pittsburgh at Indy.
Start Pittsburgh's defense.
You got to start Pittsburgh's defense. You're going to sit Anthony Richardson. You got no choice but to start Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
You got no choice. I don't feel comfortable with any wide receiver, especially not Pittman. Pittman, if you have Pittman on your team, you should be looking to trade him away. He's not going to thrive with Anthony Richardson as his quarterback. Until Anthony Richardson learns the nuances of being a quarterback and actually completing passes, the short to intermediate routes,
right,
and not just looking for the 80-yard bombs all game, and he can actually complete more than 50% of his passes.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm definitely starting. I'm not starting Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson is not going to be able to do much against this Pittsburgh defense.
No Alec Pierce this week?
I'm not starting Alec Pierce this week. Unless I absolutely have to. I'm not starting Alec Pierce this week.
Baby oil on deck. Baby oil on deck. Are you there? Wake up. We're talking fantasy football over here.
Ever since I said the Undertaker line, he want to rest in peace.
Right? He really was probably snoring and drooling and all that good shit. They're going, huh?
You can't drool you can't be snoring and drooling at a Diddy party. Because that's how they get you.
I hope that's how they him. He's a sweet kid.
That's how they get you.
Well, you ain't with me.
Is wrong.
Next thing you know,
well,
you're waking up. Next thing you know, you waking up and Diddy walking in the room talking about boom, boom, boom. That's a horrifying sight.
Jesus, why you ain't wake me up?
Don't ask me if I write rhymes. I write checks.
You're gonna be writing a lot of those. You're gonna be writing a lot of those. Oh, what's the next game on the deck?
Carolina is next. Cincinnati's a 5-point favorite.
I don't know why. Cincy's defense is horrible.
I actually picked Carolina to win this one.
Cincy's defense is horrible, and I love that for fantasy football because that means that Joe Burrow has to throw more.
That's true.
You know what that reminds me of? Remember when the Saints defense was terrible and Breeze had to throw a lot?
Yes.
Loved it. I loved it. And then I hate it when they got a good defense because now Breeze ain't got to throw 40 times a game. Hated that shit. I love it. I love that Burrow is now having to drop back and throw because they're in games now. Like their defense is not getting people off the field. So yeah.
I agree.
So you're starting Burrow.
Yeah, because he's Burrow.
You're starting Higgins. You're starting Chase, of course.
Mm-hmm.
We starting Gesicki.
Might as well be all hands on deck. It's going to be a shootout.
Yeah. Oh, we started Andy Dalton.
Yeah, against Cincy's defense. Yeah.
We starting Deontay Johnson, of course.
Yeah.
Now,
I see the ceiling out.
Is this the week we start Leggett?
I have Leggett in my sleepers or waiver, one or the other. But yeah, I have Leggett. Yeah.
Okay.
This would probably be the time.
With Thielen hurt, somebody outside of Deontay Johnson is going to have to catch passes.
Yes.
I feel like this could be the week for Leggett. That's not my call your shot, though, but this could be the week for Leggett.
Yeah, actually, that's one of the questions one of our callers had. In Carolina, do I select Xavier Leggett or Jonathan Mingo? That's how they said it. They said Mingo. So
Mingo.
Mingo.
Leggett. I know.
Leggett.
I'm not. I'm starting Leggett over Mingo. Just something about Jonathan Mingo I don't like, and I don't know what it is. And that's the lovely thing about it. But yeah, I don't
have
like
a theory. His name is Mingo.
Yes. Too close to mango, too close to mango, too close to bingo. I don't like it.
Shout out to Marquise Mingo.
And Mingo wasn't there another Mingo that played in the league?
Yeah, Barkevius.
Yes.
I think he was in Houston for a bit.
Yeah,
Fucking
he was in. I think he got drafted by the Browns. He was supposed to be nice.
They may be brothers, actually.
They may be. They may be. Because that's not a normal last name, Mingo.
We got another one over in Detroit right now.
Really?
Another Mingo?
Mm-hmm.
Them damn Mingos.
Are they all family?
I haven't the slightest idea.
They gotta be.
They black, so they might all have the same daddy.
Right. They gotta be.
Fair enough.
They got related in some way, shape, or form. The Mango family.
There ain't no way they not. I mean, wow, his wiki ain't Jonathan's wiki ain't saying shit. I don't know.
I don't trust. I'm starting not to trust Wikipedia because anybody can go on there and edit anything.
That's true.
I seen somebody went on there. Somebody went on Wikipedia and edited something for the English group Massive Attack. I don't know what happened, but somebody went on Wikipedia and says they're English group, they're English and anti-Semitic group, and I'm like, okay. That's news to me. They're anti-Semitic. That's news to me.
Well, they may not be related, apparently. Anywho, next game is Jacksonville at Houston. Tickets are low. It's $44. Houston's a 5.5-point favorite.
Start everybody in Houston. Start nobody from Jacksonville.
I would start ETN from Jacksonville.
That's an ugly motherfucker.
With a name like ETN, did you expect him not to be?
I'm pretty sure his brother's going to be better than him.
Probably. ETN, his career so far, he's been a productive fantasy football player, but it's like he's going under the radar. Like you don't realize how good he's been because people really don't talk about him. Then you look at his stats
when he on my team,
and then you look at his stats, and you're like, "Oh, he's actually producing out here." Oh, okay, but Trevor Lawrence is overrated. I'm not starting Trevor Lawrence. Not starting Trevor Lawrence.
No, Trevor Lawrence doesn't. Yeah, not the rest of this season. He's
Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk finally had a game. Welcome back to fantasy football, Christian Kirk. You finally had a game. Are we trusting this going forward, or
not trusting his quarterback? But I mean him. Yeah, I mean if he gets the targets, he'll get the numbers for you. He'll get points.
Okay.
But really,
of course, you're going to start Stroud. You're going to start. And I feel like this is going to be a get right game for Stroud because he was terrible last week against Minnesota.
He was due. He was due a bad game.
But Tank Dell is injured, and that pisses me off because Tank Dell really hasn't done much this year.
Yeah.
But this is a chance for Mechie.
Nah.
You don't think so?
I think it'll be the tight end that benefits more.
Schultz.
Yeah,
Schultz is due. Schultz is due. He's due. And you know why he's due? because I just dropped his ass. So he's due.
No, yeah.
A rule of
That works
fantasy
for somebody's
football.
team.
A rule of fantasy football. Once you drop the struggling player, they go off.
Hmm.
And then they're going to be on a waiver wire, and somebody's going to pick them up next week because they're going to have a higher waiver than you. So, yeah. So I'm expecting Schultz to get at least 6 catches, 72 yards, maybe a TD.
Is that your shot?
That is not my shot. That is not my shot. My shot's going to be a little more dangerous. What's the next game on the deck?
Next game is Washington at Arizona.
That's my shootout of the week right there.
Mm-hmm.
Start everybody. I feel like you can confidently play Terry McLaurin now. I think McLaurin and Daniels finally found their chemistry on Monday night. So you can start McLaurin now with no hesitation. Me personally, if I have better players that are not injured, I'm waiting another week. But I feel like you can confidently start because Arizona's defense is still trash. So you can confidently play everybody in this game. What's the over-under in this game?
3.5 Arizona. Oh, over-under is 48.5.
I'm going over.
Yeah,
I'm going over. I'm going
I
over.
can see that. My shot's actually in this game. So.
Nice. But you start everybody. Whatever you got. Even Zach Ertz. Start Zach Ertz.
Yeah. I believe Zach Ertz is in my top 10 at tight end this week.
Yeah.
First time all season. Yep.
What's name is hurt though? McBride is hurt.
Mm-hmm.
McBride is hurt, but I feel like Kyler still has enough weapons to where as though he can be efficient this week. Connor's Connor should have a bounce back game this week.
Actually, I'm so convinced. I actually have Kyler Murray as my number 1 at quarterback this week.
Nice.
Murray, Burrow, Rodgers, Stroud.
I still don't know if I'm playing Kyler Murray in the Dynasty League. I don't know. I got
somebody out there take a chance on him. He might surprise you this week.
I got CJ Stroud and I got Joe Burrow. I don't know if I want to start Kyler.
No. Well, no. No, because that's 2 and 4, so you ain't got no reason to do that.
Right.
You're good where you are.
Right. What's the next game on the docket?
Next game up is New England and San Francisco. San Francisco by 10.
Yikes.
Did he go back to sleep? No.
I don't like that. I don't like when we're heavily favored. I don't like that. Not this year.
Didn't this just happen last week, or is this the same?
Yeah, this just happened last week. We were heavily favored last week. But the difference is this week we're supposed to get our guys back. Debo should be playing again, and Kittle should be playing again. So no more Ronnie Bell dropping passes that ruined the games for us. So
yeah, he really disappointed Bibb and DeVoe when he did that.
He really did. He really did. And I spoke with them, and they said they wanted to. They said he wanted to put the beats on him.
His hands was poison.
Right. I was about to jump, Ronnie, and Ronnie was like, "No, it wasn't me. I thought it was you, nigga." Ronnie Bell was getting the Kyle Williams treatment from the 49er fan base all week, as he should have.
Good.
As he should have. He should have, because you can't drop wide open passes like that. You can't drop wide open passes like that, bro. It hits. What's the rule? If it hits you in your hands, you catch the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You don't swat the shit away. You catch it.
Right.
And to me, I felt like Ronnie Bell should have never been in that position because we got two players that I feel like are better than him that should have been in that position. I feel like Jacob Cowan should have been in that position because Jacob is better. Jacob had a better offseason than Ronnie Bell. And I felt like Terrence Marshall could have came up and he's better than Ronnie Bell.
Forgot he was even there.
Like Terrence Marshall, LSU wide receivers are good in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I understand we're trying to get him up to speed, but even the speed that he's at, I guarantee you he's better than Ronnie Bell. I've had issues with Ronnie Bell since last year when Ronnie Bell used to muff punts. Why is he on the field? Why is he on the field? He's consistently doing things that put that even though we have a team that's good enough to counter the stuff that he's doing, you don't want to keep shooting yourself in the foot with certain players.
Right.
So I hope that Ronnie Bell is not on the field at all this week, not even on special teams. I don't even want you out there tackling people. Don't be on the field. Because if I see you in real life and I recognize you, I don't know that I'm not gonna hit you with the Players Club Miami style will punch you in the back of the head.
Yeah, same to you, Jaleel White.
Yeah.
I see you as on site.
It's on site. I'm just talking crazy because, I was upset about us losing that game like that last week that we had well in hand. But still, man, come on. You're starting Brock Purdy, of course. If Kittle's playing, you're starting Kittle. If Debo's playing, you're starting Debo. I'm not sure that you're starting Brandon Ayuk this week. And the reason why I'm not sure that you're starting Brandon Ayuk this week is because Brandon Ayuk and Kyle Shanahan got into it Friday in practice. And Kyle Shanahan is
about the uniform, the shorts.
Yeah, the shorts.
That was much ado about nothing.
Yeah, I don't think Kyle Shanahan is the kind of coach you want to get into. Brandon Ayuk has been in his doghouse before.
Oh, yeah.
And Brandon Ayuk is going to mess around and go back to the doghouse.
Probably been in his doghouse this season.
Yeah, Brandon Ayuk, I love Brandon Ayuk. When Brandon Ayuk is on the field doing Brandon Ayuk things. But the whole summer and the whole off season, I was a bit thrown from Brandon Ayuk. And even he said himself, he made the situation harder than it should have been. I don't know what you were trying to accomplish, Brandon Ayuk, but you need to be focused on football. You're on a good team. We're trying to do things. We need you all in. We need you to not be a diva because we play man football over here. We don't do that diva shit. We don't do that. You take that to the Rams. You take that to the Dolphins. You take that to the Cowboys. We don't do that over here. It's man football over here. And you know that. Debo, he had his little drama with his contract situation, but when he came back to play, it was all man football. It was no diva, nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we need Brandon Ayuk bought in, but I don't think this week. I don't know if he's gonna start. And then it's like I started thinking about his connection with Purdy this year has been off. And then I started thinking about that interview that he cut where he was picking up Jaden Daniels and saying, like, yeah, he can help me take my game to the next level. And I'm like, what did Brock Purdy do for you? Like, Brock Purdy got you paid, my boy. He got you paid. Because when Jimmy Garoppolo was your quarterback, you was not putting up 1,300 yards. You wasn't doing that. But you did that with Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy helped you take your game to another level. So the shots at your quarterback, knowing that you were going to come back and play for the 49ers, it's a lot that he needs to get right. So with that being said, I'm probably going to start Jawan Jennings. Probably going to start Jawan Jennings. Or the Patriots. I don't know. I don't know who to start. Maybe Ramondre. Maybe.
That's really the only one. Maybe Henry.
Yeah, is Drake May starting this week, or is it Jacoby?
I haven't heard anything about Drake May starting.
Right. So if it's Jacoby, then I'm probably Hunter, because Jacoby, for some odd reason, is not looking. He's not looking for those wide receivers.
Right.
They're trying to run the ball, and they're trying to get the ball to the tight end. So yeah, that's probably who I'm looking at.
Yeah. Not much there in New England, offensively or defensively.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a 49er dominating win this week to get right. That's what I'm hoping for. But
On paper, it should be.
Yeah, but how many times on paper has things gone right this season? And
exactly,
this is the bizarro NFL season. The bizarro season. The teams that should win are not winning.
If y'all had to go to New England, this is sure as hell would be a trap game.
Right. So, yeah. Next game on the docket.
Cleveland at Vegas. 2.5 points for Cleveland. Zamir, Madison, Mayer.
You're not starting none of them. You may want to start Tucker because Adams is out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who's going to be the quarterback in Vegas. I don't know if they're going back to Minshew or they going to Dirty Dom, Aiden O'Connell. I don't know. If they do go back to Gardner Minshew, he may be on a short leash.
Mm-hmm. Let me see who's starting. Looks like Minshew may still be starting. Oh, we lose him here? Oh, he vanished. Well, that's interesting. Let's pause that.
Okay, good. So yeah, that may be something to think about. If you have no options, you have no choice but to start gardening Minshew's. You have no choice. Then you're kind of screwed, because if he comes in the game and he does terribly and he gets pulled, then yeah,
you're gonna get like 12 points this week. How do you afford it?
You're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Just resign yourself to your meaty fate. Shout out to Invader Zim. Cleveland, are we starting Watson? If you have no choice, I guess.
Yeah.
In one quarterback leagues, no, we're not starting Watson.
No, I mean, if you fucked up so bad that Watson's your starter in a one quarterback league, then you
deserve it. Yeah. You deserve it.
Exactly.
You deserve all of it.
I hope you're miserable.
Right. Trying to think. Are we starting Judy this week?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how's he been doing. I haven't been aware of him this season.
It's Judy. It's Judy. Judy's been doing Judy things.
Well, if he's getting targets, then yeah.
Yeah, I'm not completely sold on.
I won't be starting him. But if you don't have an option due to injuries or whatever,
right,
you can almost be comfortable with Judy.
Yeah, I mean, in deeper leagues, probably I'd start Judy in deeper leagues. So yeah, this should be a very blah game.
Really an option for you, then you're in bad shape.
Yeah. If he's one of your If he's your wide receiver 4, you're in bad shape.
Mm-hmm. You
Judy
really
should be
need to look at your roster and make some trades.
Make some trades. Watch this show so you can pick up some streaming options. Hey, we're gonna help you. We're gonna help you. If Jerry Judy is your wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4, we are going to help you. What's the next game on the docket?
You need help. All right. Kansas City at the Chargers.
That's the Sunday night game?
That's
not the Sunday night game.
That's 425.
Okay. If Herbert is not starting, I'm not starting anybody on that offense. If Herbert is starting, I may be starting Ladd McConkey in a PPR league. And I may start Johnson.
I'm coming around with him.
I don't know if this is the week you can start J.K. Dobbins because Kansas City is really good against the run.
Like the Chargers, the strategy they've been using this season will fall right into Kansas City's trap.
Yeah. If Herbert is starting, Herbert's gonna have to throw this game.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna have to throw. So yeah, I would definitely play Ladd McConkey. Ladd McConkey could probably get about 12 targets this week.
That running game ain't going to work this week.
It's not. Kansas City, they know how to stop the run, and I'm impressed because they're one of the few teams that really know how to stop the run. Like them and Pittsburgh, they are really good at stopping the run, and I'm impressed because a lot of our favorite teams can't stop the run for nothing.
Right, my team pretty hit or miss there. Mostly miss.
Let me see. From Kansas City, of course, you're starting Mahomes, but you're regretting picking up Mahomes because you probably got Mahomes in the first 5 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you in a through quarterback league, you're probably regretting picking up Mahomes because Mahomes ain't been Mahomes in the last 2 years. He can't bomb it away anymore because teams are preparing for that. So he's doing the underneath stuff a lot.
Right.
And that favors Rashee Rice the most. And for some odd reason, since the inception of Rashee Rice being a top option in his offense, Kelsey has gone under. Kelsey started off last year on fire. But then once Rashee Rice started getting targets, Kelsey slowly started to diminish. And it's showing it this year. Like Kelsey has like 8 catches for like 100 or something yards. That's a good game. But dude, we in week 4.
That's a good
game. That's your stats for the season in 3 weeks. Kelsey, we need you to get it together, my guy. Are we starting Carson Steele this week?
What was his numbers last week? Like what, 70?
72 yards on the ground. He didn't get much catches though.
Yeah. No, wait, no. Yeah. I mean, they're not going to have to throw the ball.
I think they are. I think they're going to have to throw the ball at least initially. But when they do have to throw the ball, Carson Steele is not a pass catching back. He's like a fullback. Samaje Perine is the pass catching back. But you know who could do both of that? Kareem Hunt.
Well, there you go.
I would probably, if I had no other choice, like if I had Swift as my running back too, I'd probably start Kareem Hunt this week if I had him. And a lot of people dropped Kareem Hunt after picking up when the news broke that Kansas City that Kansas City was picking up Kareem Hunt, a lot of people started picking up Kareem Hunt. And then when they didn't play Kareem Hunt last week, a lot of people dropped Kareem Hunt. If you're in a league where a lot of people drop Kareem Hunt, pick him up, stash him. I don't understand why you would pick up a Kareem Hunt and then drop him after a week. Like, he's a
Currently
stash.
sitting at 34% on Yahoo.
Yeah, he's a stash. You drop you put him in on your bench until he does something, and then that's when you start him. You know, when he shows that he's better than Carson Steele, that's when you start him.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes. What's the next game on the docket?
Better than Carson Steele. That shouldn't take long.
At all.
This is Boulevard's game of the week. Air horn sound. Buffalo and Baltimore.
Don DeMarco. You start Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you start either one of those tight ends.
No.
You're starting Flowers.
Yeah.
You're starting Derrick Henry.
Oh, hell yeah.
Even though Buffalo has a really good defense, I'm still starting Derrick Henry because you
didn't bring him here not to run the ball.
Yeah, you have no choice at that point. You know, you're starting Josh Allen. Mm-hmm. Of course, you're starting Josh Allen. Ravens defense is susceptible this year. So you're gonna start James Cook.
Mm-hmm. I sure as hell would.
Shakur is the guy right now. Keon Coleman can be the guy later on, but for right now, it's Shakur.
Yeah, I picked him up in a couple of my leagues across the board.
That's who you want to start.
Yeah. I caught wind of that.
Anybody else? I'm not 100% sure of, because I feel like Shakur is going to get his. Kincaid may get his. I feel like, but Shakur is going to definitely get his. Josh is going to get his, and Cook is going to get his. I think this is going to be a highly contested game. What's the over/under on this game?
46.5. Seems low.
I'm going over.
Yeah.
Smash the over. It's going to be a lot of fantasy points in this game, but I also got a feeling like it's going to be a lot of vulturing in this game.
It could be exactly the opposite. It could be a bad defensive battle.
It could be a defensive battle. I don't see it being a defensive battle.
I mean, the wide receivers on both sides are kind of questionable.
Yeah, they are.
It's going to come down. I mean, if they get shut down, it's going to come down to the run games and the defenses anyway. And with Allen and Cook and Lamar and Henry, that's their best. That's where they're best at. So it could turn into a damn battle, like a round and pound battle.
And
which would also be great. Yeah, that would also be great.
A man game. I'm here for it. I am here for it. Man, this is gonna be the definition of man football, and I'm here for it. I am
Boulevard's game of the week.
What's the next game on the docket?
That was the Sunday nighter, and now we're going to Monday.
We got 2 Monday games this week again.
For $19, you can go see the Tennessee Titans face the Miami Dolphins at Hard Rock Stadium.
And Snoop Huntley is playing. He's starting Monday. So fire up your Tyreek Hills.
Go find that man on the waiver wire pronto.
If you need him, if you're in a 2-quarterback league and you need help, get him.
If Bryce Young's your third option, go get him.
Right. Go get him.
Don't be like me. He's smart.
Yeah, you want to play Tyreek Hill, you want to start Snoop. Because whatever Snoop doesn't give you in the air, he'll give you on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee, I don't know. Oh yeah, A-Chain. Definitely start A-Chain. It's definitely start A-Chain.
Oh yeah.
Just stop playing with A-Chain. Play A-Chain.
There's nothing in Tennessee.
That's Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley can do. Calvin Ridley can get off if Will Levis. Because seems like to me, Will Levis only has eyes for one wide receiver every week. It's like he can't sustain two wide receivers. So it's either going to be Calvin Ridley or it's going to be Hop.
Mm-hmm.
This is what happens. This is what happens when you go get the big dummy with the big arm.
Well, I guess it's whoever Jalen Ramsey's not guarding is the option on Monday.
Jalen Ramsey is a shell of his former self, so I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not that big on Jalen Ramsey.
He's probably going to spend most of his. No, he's not really a cover. He's more like he stays on one side of the field. So
yeah.
Right.
Like kind of like Sherman, how like Richard Sherman was later in his career. Yeah, I don't know who I start in Tennessee. I in some leagues I have no choice. I have to start Calvin Ridley because he's like my wide receiver 3 or wide receiver 4.
There. Could definitely do worse in Tennessee.
Yeah, I think he's my wide receiver 3 or wide receiver 4. So I have no choice but to start Calvin Ridley with all the injuries plaguing my teams.
You could have Tyjae Spears. That do nothing, bitch.
Right.
It's my goddamn job.
Yeah, we really believed in Spears. We really believed it was going to be a 50-50 backfield there.
Mm-hmm.
And Pollard has
the same thing in Houston, too.
Pollard's getting all the run. He's getting all the run and doing absolutely nothing with it, just like Pollard is known to do.
Mm-hmm.
So after week 1, I was jealous of everybody that had Tony Pollard. Now I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I stayed away from that guy.
Everything went back to normal.
Oh,
well, yeah, y'all got it. Start everybody in Miami.
Yeah, everybody in Miami. If you got them, start them.
And the 8:15. Oh, sorry. Go on.
Go ahead.
The 8:15 game is the Seattle Seahawks versus the Detroit Lions. Yeah.
All right, here we go. So, the Monday night game.
Oh, right. The Monday night game, the 8:15 game is the Seahawks going to Detroit. Detroit's a 3.5. Over under 46.
You're starting everybody. But you're gonna question if you got Jackson Smith Enigma. And if you got Tyler Lockett, you got to figure out, is this going to be the Lockett week or is this going to be the JSN week? So, but DK, you're safe there. Is Walker back this week?
I think so.
Yeah, I believe he's back. So you're definitely starting Walker. You're definitely starting Geno. Geno has been pretty damn good this season. You're going to start Geno.
Crazy shit is you can still get him in fucking waivers or free agency.
Yeah. A lot of people are sleeping.
Touching him.
A lot of people are sleeping on Geno. I picked him up in my one league that I didn't have him in. I picked him up. I'm like, yeah, I ain't playing. I'm not playing. Geno's cooking this year. So yeah, Detroit. Detroit, you're starting everybody.
Yeah, Gibbs and Montgomery.
Yeah, and Laporta's supposed to play. Surprisingly.
What do you think, GQ? Yeah. Is he there?
He's there.
No, I just saw him. All right. So yeah, where was we?
So yeah. You're starting everybody. I see a lot of people dropping Golf.
Why? Yeah, I know. I saw him out there. It didn't make any sense. Did he have a bad game or some shit?
Yeah, he had a bad game last week, and people just started dropping it. I'm like, you don't want to do that. You don't drop a good quarterback after one
Right.
bad game. Put him on a bench if you want to wait and see, but don't drop him. Because a guy like me will come and take your quarterback if you drop him.
Right. I guess people caught wind of him. He's sitting at 83%.
Yeah.
Should be higher. I mean, he's a quarterback. He's one of the top half of the quarterbacks. Should be higher.
All right. And that was your starts and sits of the week. Now we're going to get into holding out hope.
Oh wait, I have another one of those things from a caller.
Okay.
Is Lamar Jackson versus Buffalo or Aaron Rodgers versus Denver?
Aaron Rodgers versus Denver. I that's who I'd play. Aaron Rodgers. If I had both and I had to make a pick, I would probably say Aaron Rodgers versus Denver.
I concur.
Because you don't think Nathaniel Hackett wants to call the game of his life to show up Denver?
Could be. But I mean, he's still Nathaniel Hackett. So.
I mean, he's still Nathaniel Hackett, but Nathaniel Hackett got the job because of Aaron Rodgers. So you think he don't want to call the game of his life against Denver?
Well, it's easy pickings almost.
Right.
What say you, guy? Come back to us. All right.
Rodgers versus Denver.
Okay.
Did he spike his baby oil?
Right.
Yeah.
This shit got the GHB in it.
I think I might have to call it.
All right. Don't blame me. Go get some rest.
Of course.
All right, GQ.
All right, fellas. Take care.
Peace. All right, so we're doing hold out hope.
But yeah, explain.
All right, so with hold out hope, what one player that you believe in that's going to come back to fantasy? Whether it's an injured player or a player that's just not doing well right now.
Let me go look at my roster.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna say mine's.
Yeah.
I'm holding out hope for Jonathan Brooks.
Ugh.
And after what I saw last week in Carolina, with Chuba Hubbard, Wubba Wubba, at the what I saw from him last week and how he did great behind that offensive line, I feel great knowing that I have Jonathan Brooks in a lot of my leagues. Because I feel like Jonathan Brooks is going to come back and he is going to be the RB1 that I initially drafted him for.
Right.
And so while Boulevard is doing that, let me break you guys off with a cheat code really quick.
Up, down, left, right, E8 start.
Cheat code.
Do not be afraid of taking players that are injured in your draft. People will tell you, don't draft injured players. Don't draft injured
that's
players.
Really a thing? That's
Yes.
really a thing people do?
That's really a thing I've been seeing.
You didn't realize the players are going to get healthy?
Right. This is a thing I've been seeing from the fantasy football community. The so-called experts are out here telling people, don't draft injured players. Don't draft injured players. Yes, draft injured players. Draft suspended players too.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, Alvin Kamara was suspended. I drafted Alvin Kamara because these guys are going to go later than what they're supposed to go. They're going to go later than what they're supposed to go. It's high risk, high reward. But when Alvin Kamara came back, and I drafted Jonathan Taylor last year too. Yeah, I drafted Jonathan Taylor last year in a lot of leagues. I drafted those were my two sleeper picks. And people who've been drafting the leagues with me, they already know this is what I'm going to do. If there's an injured player, if he's on the PUP list and he's expected back within 4 weeks, and he's one of those guys, I'm going to draft him. I am going to draft him.
Right.
Why? Because they produce when they get on the field. Jonathan Taylor produced when he got on the field. Kamara produced when he got on the field. I had Christian McCaffrey last year, Jonathan Taylor, and Alvin Kamara. After week four last year, my team was a monster. Monster. Could you imagine having to go against a team like that? And you looking up, you're like, God, he got CMC, Jonathan Taylor, and Kamara. Like what? And then both of them all three of them giving me 20 points apiece. I already won the game just off of them three alone because I was not afraid to take that risk. That's a cheat code. That's a cheat code. If you have players that are on the injury, like as long as it's not something severe, something that you know they could come back from. Oh, they got a shoulder injury. He can come back from a shoulder injury. Draft the injured player. They're gonna get healthy. And just make sure before you draft them, though, make sure your team is straight, that you can sustain them sitting on your IR for the first 4 weeks. Just make sure that you don't. If it's running backs that are hurt, just make sure you get 2 running backs before you draft these guys. Just make sure your team can sustain that hit, because eventually either you're going to be able to run with these guys, and then you could probably trade who you drafted for something else that you may need, like a wide receiver or something. But yeah, anybody telling you not to draft injured players, don't listen to them because they're stupid. And that's my cheat code. Now, who are you holding out hope for, Boulevard?
Amari Cooper. It's not his fault.
He had his breakout game last week. Amari's good. He's good. I talked to Amari on the phone after, he saw my call your shot. He said, "You know what? I got you, Shanahan's. I got you." I said, "All right, cool. I want to see it on the field." He showed me on the field, and then he said, "Hey, the rest of the season is going to be just like this." I'm like, "It better."
Right.
Or you get the beats. But now I feel like.
And then you'll go out on a limb and say George Pickens. George Pickens will bounce back to relevancy. The
problem with George Pickens is he has Justin Fields.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's going to take Justin Fields a while to get acclimated to Pickens, because it took Fields a little while to get acclimated to DJ Moore. Once he got acclimated to DJ Moore started cooking.
Right.
So I could definitely see Pickens cooking after they finally develop that chemistry.
Yeah. Yeah, just a matter of time.
Yeah, it's definitely just a matter of time. Definitely just a matter of time.
Don't give up on Pickens yet.
Yeah.
They haven't. I mean, he's still shaking in 94% of leagues, so they haven't given up on him yet.
I'm waiting for the drop. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the people to foolishly drop this guy. I tell you who I'm not holding out hope for.
Who's that?
Michael Pittman. I'm not holding out hope for Michael Pittman.
Sure. You won't get a debate on me.
Not holding out hope for this guy. So now let's get into one of our most popular segments on the show, Garfield's Kicker of the Week.
And now, Garfield's Kicker of the Week.
I actually did some research this week. After last week's disaster and the kicker I'm picking this week is Braden Narvson. His name sounds like starving, which I am right now. Even though I ate 3 dinners already, pick up starving Narvson.
And that was Garfield's Kicker of the Week.
Was that baby oil in the background?
What is up with y'all in this baby oil, man?
I don't know. It's just something in the air. Something stupid in the air.
I actually looked into Narvison. He's only like rostered in 8% of leagues. And his weeks have been 11 points, 12 points, 13 points. So yeah, if you have a kicker, I'm looking at you, Young Way Cool. If you have a kicker that's been underwhelming, that's actually a good pick.
Young Way Cool has been my kicker that I picked up mid-season. He's been that guy for me. And I always have to change kickers at some point in the season. Every year.
I always around week 8, week 9, I start to see who's really hot. And if I don't have one of them kickers that I really, really like, then I start hitting the waiver wire and see who's hot. You can always find a good kicker on the waiver wire.
Yeah.
Like, people do not put a lot of stock into kickers.
No. I got Dicker, so I don't worry about it so much.
Dicker the kicker. So now let's get to another very popular segment on the show. This is called Your Shot, where we pick players who we feel like are going to do good in the game tomorrow. And a lot of these players, maybe you should think about either picking up or starting.
Call your shot.
All
right, Boulevard, who you calling your shot on?
Marvin Harrison Jr., 8 receptions, 11 targets for 110 yards and 2 touchdowns against Washington's shitty-ass secondary.
Mean. All right, so I didn't get many call your shots this week from people, but I'm gonna give them until game time tomorrow to get the call your shots in. But Mark, his shot is Mike Evans. He said Mike Evans is going to have 7 catches for 100 yards and 1 TD. Rick, who was on the show last week, he said Andy Dalton is going to have a revenge game against Cincinnati. He says Andy Dalton's going to go 25 for 31, 285 yards, 3 TDs, and 1 interception.
Woo!
Yeah. Sybil's. Let me see. What did Sybil's give me? Sybil's said she's got Saquon going for 120 yards, 2 TDs, 1 rushing, 1 receiving.
Excellent.
Jason, who I beat last week, by the way. He's gonna give me shit when he sees that part. He's got the Raiders, Jacoby Myers, getting 100 yards and 2 TDs.
I was just looking at Jacoby Myers trying to figure him out. Yeah, that'd be good.
All right. Let me see. I think we got one from GI, but I think he said he was going to change his. I think he was picking up. He was going to pick the Tampa Bay defense against y'all, but I think he says he's going to change that. So we'll give him until before game time to change that.
I thought that was a solid answer.
Yeah, but he said he was going to change it. So we'll see. We'll see. My call your shot. I had to put a lot of thought into this one. And I think I'm going to go in the same game as you. I believe, because I believe I'm starting this guy in a couple of leagues. So this is me going on a wing and a prayer. Michael Wilson.
Okay.
Michael Wilson, I feel like he's gonna have 6 catches, 78 yards, and a TD.
Mm.
So that's my call your shot, Michael Wilson from the Cardinals. And
it's gonna be a shootout.
Yeah, it's gonna be a shootout. So I feel like with McBride out, Wilson is definitely gonna get some targets.
Mm-hmm.
So he should be able to do a lot with these targets. And what we got here? Hold up.
Your word on my mom's Robitussin cap. This is your boy Young Christ, the Jesus, aka Rizzy McGuire, aka Mr. Sexy Kirk. Cause when I'm hooping, my crossover will make your ankles hurt. You heard? Aka Big Guapa Pump here with my call your shot. I was right as fuck last week, you heard? And I'm gonna be right again this week. I got Deshaun Watson, aka Case. Touch me, tease me, going over 300 all-purpose yards and scoring at least 2 TDs. He's gonna get a good feel for the game this week, you heard? Lock it in, and don't mind me, cause I just be talking shit.
I like his choice.
Touch me, tease me.
Boy. Yeah. That's a good name for him.
Oh, hold on. We got another one? Hold up.
Hey, I want to play too. I got T. Higgins going for 7 catches, 93 yards, and a touchdown.
Hold up. That's what I said on y'all page. I said this on y'all page. Garfield, you can't be taking my picks that I be, bruh, he cheating. He is cheating. The exact same pick. He cheating.
It means y'all both believe it, so mark it down. We're gonna have T. Higgins with a good game.
Hey,
you heard it here twice.
Hey, look, if anybody's gonna have a good game against Carolina, it's gonna be T. Higgins.
Yeah.
Or what's his name? Avishavash.
Yeah. He's coming up in the next category.
Yeah.
Again,
because y'all not listening.
Right?
Y'all not listening. We need when we start telling you about these players, we need y'all to start hitting those buttons and
there's
rostering these players.
Couple repeats in my shit.
Yeah. Oh, so that was Call Your Shot this week. That's Call Your Shot this week. As we stated on the last episode, me, Boulevard, and Young Christ, all three of us, we had the right ones. So we'll see who is right this week. So let's get to these sleeper picks.
Sleeper plays of the week.
Those are good graphics.
Yes. Oh God.
Right. You want first dibs?
Nah, I'm gonna let you go first.
All right. My number one is my first pick for a sleeper. I didn't go in any order or by position or anything. Rashad Bateman. He's only owned 1%.
Nice.
I thought that was kind of weird because 1% just didn't make sense. He's the number 2 at worst in Baltimore. So I don't see why he wouldn't. I mean, he's out there. If you need a receiver that badly, that's why he's a sleeper. Go get him. I mean, he gets some targets. He's not like out of the loop completely.
I'm gonna go with an ex-Raven. If you need a sleeper play at quarterback because you that down bad,
right?
Snoop Huntley.
Oh, I like it.
He's 3% rostered.
They
go get him. He's out there.
Tua might not get that job back this season.
Hey, if Snoop comes in and he cooks, and he cooks, and they can afford to sit Tua out, I don't see why not.
Yeah. As long as he don't end up in the New York Giants' next quarterback, I'm good with that.
How about that? Who you got next?
Andre Chavez, something. ILSIVAS is owned in 20% of leagues. Yoshivas, I don't know.
Yugoslavia.
Basically, some bullshit ass name. Like, come on, y'all, do better with these names.
He's good. He's good.
But they slipping. Good. They sleeping on him.
Yeah, and peep it. He may be better than Tyler Boyd.
Could be.
He may just be better with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase on the field causing all the distraction. He's getting loose. He's getting loose. Right. But I got one for you.
Huh?
He's 7% rostered.
Ooh.
And I don't understand why. Tutu Atwell.
Yeah, I mean he's getting targets.
He's getting targets. He had how many targets? He had 5 targets last week, but they were all downfield targets. They were all downfield targets. He had 4 receptions, 93 yards, and a TD. He went off. I don't understand why he's only 7% rostered, but yeah, definitely a sleeper.
It's like, I mean, he's going to be out there for a couple games. Them receivers ain't coming back anytime soon.
Right.
I mean, until a bye week or so. So, yeah, go get them and use them.
Go get them and use them. Who else you got?
Rico Dowdle, believe it or not. I picked a Cowboy. 48%. I mean, he's got to take over the carries eventually, don't he?
Yeah, because Zeke is washed.
Yeah. It's just a matter of time. Go get him. Put him on your squad. You need a running back. I need a running back. I always need a running back. I'd take him up, pick him up. It's available in 48% of leagues. Go get him, people.
Go get him. This one is definitely a sleeper. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, and I really don't want to say it how it's spelled. But Tyler, I want to say Beatty. I ain't gonna call this man Batty, but Tyler Beatty.
Oh, that dude, yeah.
He's only 3% rostered, and I feel like any given day now, he's going to take over the backfield in Denver. Last week, he had 9 runs, 70 yards.
Okay, that's going to earn you more carries.
Right. So pick him up, stash him. Hey, who knows? You may, I'm not going to say league winner, but you may have somebody that can help you.
Right.
Somebody that can help you.
Same with Dowdle. If you have a good 2 starting running back rotation, add somebody like a Dowdle or a Beatty, they become the number 1 options and they start taking the bulk of the carries. That doesn't do anything but help. So it doesn't hurt to stash these guys that have some type of rhythm going on your bench. Exactly what he said. Geno Smith still at 43%.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
So disrespectful. Y'all don't appreciate Geno.
Y'all don't appreciate Geno. Geno ain't doing nothing but cooking. Yeah. He ain't doing nothing but cooking. A lot of y'all are starting Patrick Mahomes over Geno, and you shouldn't be.
He's right.
I'm pretty sure that Geno is probably, his stats are probably for fantasy football are better.
Yeah,
in real life football, yes, you're going to start Mahomes over Geno. But we're talking about fantasy football. It's fantasy football is production over names.
Yeah.
Once you get that into your mentality, where I'm gonna go with the production over the name of this player, that's when you're gonna start winning.
Right.
I'm
going to the stats.
I have a guy that is starting to look like he may start getting a little more run on his team that is ascending on the offensive side. And I've been telling you guys about this guy for a while, but he's only still 2% roster. Luke McCaffrey.
Yeah, they still haven't noticed him. But you're
Luke
right.
McCaffrey. If you didn't realize on Monday night when you watched the Monday night game, if you didn't realize that Luke McCaffrey is going to be a factor, then you need to start paying attention. As Jaden Daniels starts to get comfortable, and you can see his Garfield, he wants to be on camera. As Jaden Daniels starts to get comfortable, he's going to start looking for Luke.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to start looking for Luke in the short to intermediate routes, and McLaurin is going to get the longer routes. So pick up McCaffrey before he starts earning 8, 9, 10 targets a game.
All right. Those are pieces that make a difference later in the season.
Yes. You got anybody else?
Deshaun Watson, but somebody already said that. So I'll go with somebody said Rashawn Johnson too, so he's out. So I'm gonna go with Braylon Allen. He's only owned 52%. He only had one fewer carry last week, though. So I guess he's definitely becoming a threat to Breece Hall's minutes, Breece Hall's reps. He's a vulture. He still has goal line carries.
Yeah, and I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that.
I absolutely just for that reason alone.
I absolutely hate that. I got one more player for you guys.
No.
He's only 8% rostered, but you might want to get ahead of the curve with this one, and he's going to be coming off of the PUP report really soon. And that's my guy. That's my guy, Ricky Pearsall.
Oh.
Yeah, you might want to get Ricky on your roster. Especially with what we said earlier about what may be going on with Brandon Ayuk going back into the doghouse.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ricky may be the benefit of that. And then with the overall health of the team, like I understand Debo's coming back, Kittle's coming back, but going forward, if any one of them are to miss time again, Ricky's going to benefit.
Right.
So yeah, because that's why we drafted. This is something that happens every year, and we always have injuries on the offense every year. So this is why we keep drafting guys, because hey, guys go down.
It happens.
When they go down, somebody got to step in. Somebody got to step in. So yeah, go get you Ricky Sent and tell him that Shanahan sent you. You got anybody else?
I have none.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and shut this down for the night. Get this out to you guys as soon as possible. Hopefully, we can get you. You can get some of these players on your roster. Some of them that you may be able to start today and get some run with. So if you happen to win your game based off of any selections that we gave you, give us a shout out in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the Fantasy Football Avengers, and we are out.
Thank you for watching the Fantasy Football Avengers podcast. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Links in the description.